Morning, everyone. Welcome to Z Reviews. I'm here with a lot of money in Japanese headphones. And we have to discuss several things because there are good and bad things about everything in this world, except for her. She's perfectly alone. But these TH1100RPs and TH1000RPs are quite expensive. I think the most expensive things Fostex has ever sold as far as headphones go. And I am very, very happy to announce they've fixed like 8 out of the 12 things that I've always fucking plagued their expensive headphones. Here are the 909s. This is pair number 11. I bought them from the distributor that sent them to me, and then these were just sent pro bono for reviews. And it's like, cool, thank you. And I literally shit my pants because I didn't get the message that said they were sending them, so they just showed up one day. And during the unboxing of the normal sized box, usually like this pair comes in a box the size like half a refrigerator, and then you open it up and then it was covered in papers and wrapped in plastic, and they fixed that. So they fixed the unboxing experience. That's number one. You're spending over $2,000 on either one of these. I won't tell you the exact price. You'll have to go click the link to look it up, but more than $2,000, and you should get some sort of unboxing experience. So you get a plain cardboard box, nothing wood or fancy. This is fine. I like this. This means when you're dead and I'm dead and our children are dead, that it just turned back to dirt. That's fine with me. But when you open it, it's just the headphone sitting there beautifully on crushed velvet. So many cheaper Chinese headphones have done that, and I'm like, why is this a better unboxing experience than Fostex? Well, now it's the same experience as Fostex, and I take it because it isn't wrapped in a plastic bag and covered in paperwork that I'm never going to read. Beautiful. So I saw them, and I went, ooh, satin finish. Because they've always been the shiny finish. There's been one or two of them in the lines that have been satin finish. The only problem I have with the satin finish, and you might be noticing it right here, is that this is wood. And I have a flashlight, which is a Maritech. What is your model number? You're the RA3X Pro 18650 cell. Yeah, there's the wood. Oh, look how beautiful the wood is. When you put like 2,000. Here, it's the brightest it goes. And you could just see that wood is like, So when you turn it off, and then it's just like dark. It's like my uncle's Audi. He had a blue Audi, and I was like, you're a fucking liar. Because it looked black, unless the sun, like you had to look at like right where the sun was reflecting it. It was like, oh, there it's blue. So I think I like it. I like it. But then, not just that, that's different. Anyone who's been into any of the Fostex headphones knows that they don't fucking change. TH600s, TH610s, 616s, 808s, 900s, 909s, all of them have this exact same fucking headband. And it was fine. But after a while, you're just going to be like, hey, Fostex, are you ever going to like upgrade things? Change them. Even make them worse. Just anything different. And unlike Grado, who I yelled about the cables being attached and then decided to make them not only attached but cover them in stiff fucking fabric, Fostex has actually changed some stuff for the better? For the better. So, okay, this was the thing. You had these sliders went up and down. They worked fine. And then this headband was like, there's nothing in here. And then you had like these exposed rivets and things. And now, a little more articulation left and right. No exposed rivets in the actual thing. And there's a comfort strap. I don't know if it's real leather or protein leather. It's probably fake leather. A lot of big companies. This will be a complaint, but I want to tell you why people complain, and then I want to tell you not to complain. There's a lot of people in this world who just don't want to use animal products. They don't want a leather pad because that means a cow somewhere's ass is missing some skin. Even though, I don't know, we eat a lot of beef, and I'm figuring that skin's got to go somewhere because it ain't wrapped around my chicken tendies. So I'd be fine if it was real leather. But this is probably a fake leather, and so is this. But look, there's a goddamn comfort strap with the softest, like, suede on the bottom, and it's perforated on top for a little bit more stretch. Care. The angles work better. And then I saw the pads, and I'm like, these are the stock. Did you see how slow that Memory foam expanded? You have good pads? Fostex, you put a good pads on a $2,500 set of headphones? What is happening here? Yes. And then there was the point in which, in the unboxing, and I'm not fucking kidding you, I popped a bottle of champagne. Because I opened up this one second. I opened up this one first. And Fostex included something that, like, 4.4! Champagne time. This isn't a stock cable. It all comes with the same standard billion-inch long crazy quarter-inch. But the fact that they make a matching one, because if you don't know, Fostex cables have a proprietary, like, 2-pin. It's a Sennheiser connector, but they wired the phase differently. So if you get a customer, you can... Anyway, this still sucks. This should still be a 3.5 millimeter. I'd even take... I don't want to say... You know what? I would rather have this than 2.5 millimeter. But just 3.5 millimeter or even mini XLR, something that's not that. Please. Anyway, back to this cable. So, okay, it's got the standard one here, and I got the 4.4 one there. It was pop a bottle of champagne. It was actually Prosecco. I didn't have any champagne. But this is a nice cable. Like nice, like smooth. This feels like the cable from a $2,000 headphone. Just straight, look at it. Like the satin finish, and then the strain relief, and then just the color and the feel and the split, which says Fostex, but it's like a clamped plastic, and then smooth. So we have got better presentation. We got a different finish. We have a better headband system. We've got fucking pads that are just actually nice. Like, you don't understand, man. I've been reviewing this shit for years. And just every time you get a Fostex, you're like, well, great. Throw the pads away, try to fix the headband, got to change the wire. And all of a sudden, I don't have to put Yaxi pads, which, by the way, are really nice pads for the TH900 and 909s. And I don't have to buy a Periapt cable, even though Periapt, please support them. I don't know what's going on with them. They're halting their reviews or halting their production until the new year. So please, if anything's wrong with you, Periapt, help me. I'll help you. And then you get a wire that you can actually live with that isn't. Look, it doesn't even drag on the floor and over there and back over here because it's not 12 feet long. Someone was listening at Fostex, probably the new president that I met in New York Can Jam, and he was one president for a year. He actually, things are happening, and it's exciting because I like Fostex. I got a Fostex sticker on my fucking car, mostly to confuse people. You know what else is interesting, though? These are Planars. So all the other expensive, you know, these things are like $1,700, these Fostex TH909s. These are all dynamics. They've always been dynamics. The 900s have been the most, like, coveted dynamics forever. And the T50RP Mark IVs that I just reviewed recently, those are planar. And so it's interesting because all their higher-end stuff is dynamic and everyone loves it. And all the lower-end stuff that was dynamic, because they did that one run of, like, it wasn't called a T50, I think it was like a P50s. Like, they tried to make a dynamic T50, essentially, and it sucked. So the cheap Planars won the world, and the expensive Dynamics won the world, and Fostex was happy. So now Fostex is bringing their Planar tech, which every one of these verticals represents a magnet bar that's behind it. So there's quite a lot of magnetism. They're actually really, really easy to drive. I'm like there, single-ended on medium gain on the Rebel amp. And I'm using the SMSL Raw MDA1 combo at negative 28. I don't even know what gain. I think I'm on high gain there. But I got 28 dB of headroom. Well, it's not like these were ever hard to drive. But there is one or two things. Recognize that? I'm sure that's a $90 piece of foam if you lose it. There are one or two things that have remained consistent besides the wire connector, which should be changed out. And that's amp dependability. In other words, see these 909s? I absolutely fucking love them. You know what headphone amplifier they work best on? You don't? I know which one it is. It's over there on the shelf. It's specifically an X-Duo TH20 with a replaced tube from the 1950s. That's the sign of specific shit you had to plug these into to get them to sound good. And that kind of works here. It's a little bit better. I've got a very general array of stuff going on here. I've got the TA20 Plus X-Duo tube hybrid. I got a Rebel amp, which is Class A, being fed from the Aoun S8 DAC down there. I've got the Audiophile K11R2R feeding my soon-to-be collaboration amplifier, which is down hidden away because it's literally just a raw board. And trust me, it's going to be good. But for now, we're just going to feed it with the R2R 30 out of 100. And then we've got the SMSL. And I can pull out any other number of things to reference. Actually, you know what? I haven't used you in a hot minute. What feeds you? I forget what feeds you. I think it might be... Let me see. Okay, and now I need... Crap! I stole the wire from this, didn't I? I don't have the wire to hook that up. That requires 2 XLRs. Or I can plug that in and look for it. You know what? We're good. Let that sit there. Well, I'll try that on the next thing. But, point of the matter of the fact is, we are sitting here at the precipice of a fundamental change in Fostex. Whereas the T50s have always been extremely hard to drive and kind of uncomfortable, now they are extremely easy to drive and not uncomfortable, even with the stock pads. And the wire is better. And literally those 3 changes have made me love the T50 Mark IVs. And now we're here with a new class of headphone from Fostex. And they've made those exact same changes, only instead of a $250 headphone, it's a $2,500 headphone, or $2,700 if you go by these. And it's like, oh, thank God. So now we got to talk about sound, because if you made it this far into the video, I'm going to drink some more of my coffee. Out of Yes, it's a Trash Taste mug. These were $35 plus shipping, and I bought 2 of them. I have 2 mugs. It was $100. But I got to say, the lid, absolutely god tier. So, just like my headphone, the Eris, which if you don't know, here's the Eris and there's the Eris. These are not for everyone. I've tried to spend as much time as I could with them on as many like portable devices and just walk around the house with them, but they do have very specific tastes as far as amplification. What are those tastes? I don't know. I can't. Like, I think the Rebel amp might sound the best on it right now. Something Class A, something just warmer. I don't have my full tube because it got disconnected for testing other things. I got the hybrid out here. I got this, which I haven't used on enough headphones to know if this is, like, what is the sound signature of that DAC amp combo. There is something about these that loves just a little bit of softness and warmth in the source gear. Just enough. Because here's the sound signature of, at least, we'll start with these, because I use these the most, because they reminded me a lot of my 909s, which, goddamn, the size of that is so much bigger. When someone asked me at a SoCal Can Jam, hey, you've heard these? What do you think about them? The word that comes out of my mouth is treble. Just treble. I just say the word treble. And that makes a lot of people very confused and, as they should be, nervous. Because treble can be a wonderful thing. We all know what that is. That's the highs in the song. That's, when you hit a bell or the female vocals reach way up there. The treble. And as someone who has designed a headphone recently, aka Eris, who is focusing all our energy on bass, and that bass, and, just sort of ignoring the rest of the stuff, but it all happened to fall in line to enough I'm happy. But these are treble headphones. If I put on, let's see. So we've got to talk also about my playlist, because I have like 30,000 songs locally downloaded and sourced, genetically modified, etc. And every time I'd put these headphones on and just shuffle the whole fucking lot, I would hate half of my music. And it was the half of my music that was poorly recorded. So this is another thing that some headphones just don't care. Meze headphones are usually the be-all, end-all of, whatever. You like this particular genre? It's going to sound fine. You like metal? It's going to sound fine. You like violin orgies? It's going to sound fine. If there's not a violin orgies genre, please make it happen. These headphones, however, when they get like Blink 182'd, you die. Not like necessarily like it's hurting to listen to. It's just your soul. It has nothing. It is not for you. It is not for the Blink 182s of this world. However, you put on something like, well, that's In My Mind from the John Wick soundtrack. But anything that's like big and wispy. Amber fucking Rubarth, which is the Sessions of the 17th Ward, which is like a go-to audiophile track that Ryan Dietz of Modhouse introduced me to. You put that on in these, and it's a completely open and uncompressed sound, and it's like, oh my God. I'm pretty sure these have the best treble detail retrieval of any headphone I've ever listened to. That's their thing. Well, that's these guys' thing for sure. Because when it comes to bass, and I know a thing or two about bass, these ain't fucking got any of it. Not the 1100s. These do better. The closebacks do better. But not you guys. You guys are like, bass. No. Don't worry about that. No. You don't need any of that shit. You just need, like, extremely clear, expanded, wide, light. They sound like I was obviously doing comparative listening between my 909s and these. And these just sound like a complete tonal shift to, like, if this is what the 1100s look like, where it's no bass and straight up to the treble. Yes, I'm making a measurement graph with my hands. Let's see other reviewers do that. These sound like that. They just like, they bring it down to a more normal thing. These are tilted as fuck. These are tilted headphones. I should have used a tilted mouse pad. You put these on, and it takes quite a long time of listening to actually just get accustomed to that sound. It's one of those headphones. I say that with Eris. I say you got to put them on, and you got to ignore that you're wearing them for 20 minutes, and then your brain will adjust. If you go into a place where it's like, yeah, after a while, it'll be like, it'll all numb out, and then you'll be fine. These are such a fucking slope towards detail retrieval that it makes all your music that you're listening to sound like, whoa, that's weird. Because I spend the day listening to other things in this house, and then I come to these, and it's like, all right, it's time to put them on. It's like, whoa, what a difference 20 minutes makes. Because you start them, if you listen to these at like the Can Jam, and you thought like, whoa, those are harsh, they were never actually harsh. They never got that bad. But if they're like, whoa, that's mostly just treble we're listening to, you need to give them time. These are a time headphone. I respect that. I'm okay with that. I wish they would say it in them right underneath this logo here. Fostex, TH1100RP. Please use them for at least 30 minutes before assessing music. That's what it should say on the box. Because if you take them off and you go listen to something else, and you come back to these, you're going to be like, whoa, these are not hollow. The word's not hollow. It's just that they lack all the warmth you expect from a big, expensive Fostex. The blue color versus the red color. Like the TH900s are warm. TH909s somehow are still warm. And these are cold and calculating. These are here to deliver what some audiophiles will consider like the be-all, end-all of things is just, well, how does it do female vocals? I've unpaused, and there's just like a click. There's like a click in this song, and that click is right. It's the best I've ever heard that click. In other words, these are not all-rounders. The 1100s and the 1000s are not all-rounder headphones. They're very specific headphones. And that turns a lot of people off. People want headphones. Oh, I want a headphone that does it all, Zeos. If I'm going to spend $2,700 on a headphone, I want it to do it all. And you should. You have that right to ask for that. But Swiss Army knives never have the best knives. They never have the best fucking pliers. They never have the best tweezers. They never have the best fish scalers, although I've never held a universal independent one-blade fish scaler. you got a Swiss Army knife of a headphone or an amp or a DAC or a car, and it's adequate at everything but master of none. These are not trying to be an everything headphone. These are trying to be the headphone you buy when you give a flying fuck about treble and everyone else can go suck it. Because if I'm listening to... So Cybotron Clear from Grand Theft Auto Vice City came on, and it's got this amazing intro, which I will probably get a copyright strike if I play it through the headphones, but fuck it, let's go for this.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And then it's supposed to go into like a really deep bass line. That it was like the biggest space I've ever been in. And the clicks were just fucking right there. And then the bass line comes in and it's like nothing. But holy crap, I'd play that intro to anyone who came in my house right now. I was like, hey, I'm going to hear those? Oh, hold on, wait, we gotta play this specific song at this specific point. Yeah, it's got like... That's it trying to do bass. But that scratch, that old 1990s hip-hop, like... Actually, it's Vice City, so it should be 80s. Here you go. Perfect example of getting me banned from YouTube videos. That fucking sad, lonely string instrument. I'm not sure which one it is. Is it a violin? Is it an oboe? Oboes are... Wait. What's an oboe? If I have her describe an oboe to me, it won't work. These pull out certain frequencies and certain instruments in certain songs. Just they pull things out that are not there in any other headphone. If I listen to that exact same, what we're listening to now, which is Keys of Monogatari, let's lower you so because you're going to shoot out sound. Yeah, okay, so. Like it's here. I hear the same music is coming out of the 909s. But it's like if you took a pencil that was perfectly sharp. You know those perfect pencils you pull out. And then you turn it and you smash it into the table so the front's all fucked up. That's what's make the 909 sound like for detail retrieval. It sounds like a blunted fucking pencil. It's like John Wick used that pencil and he's all dripping and like, oh, the tip's broken and shit. If you get used to the sound of these, like like just what it can do with treble and soundstage, it's gonna screw up your other headphones to all sound dull and boring. It's how I feel about Eris with the bass line. If I get used to Eris, I put on any other headphone, and it's like, yeah, this is great, but where's the bass? I'm going to put on every other headphone episode something, well, yeah, this is great, but where the fuck is that amazing, immaculate detail? It's going to screw with people. So I'm put this away. Hold that off for a second, because that costs more. Let's go to the close back, because I feel like this is going to be the one that more people are going to be into. This is less tilted. Because you're literally locking yourself in there in a completely closed... I don't even know if there's vents on this, actually. No, this is a... Unless there's venting under this lip and I can't see it, usually a closeback will have something around the outside for pressure relief. And this well doesn't. And it doesn't sound like super closed off. Like I can still hear myself talking and it's fine. This feels fine. This feels fine. Soundstage is lessened from immensely huge to just huge, but I don't know how bad it's leaking out of the headphone into the camera because Keys of Monogatari is just fucking Sony lawyers. All right. Hell Freeze is over. Eagles, Hotel California Live, standard audiophile fare. They should just give you a USB key when you walk into any show that has this song on it. Here you go. The fuck was that? I've never heard that before. Hold on. I'm actually... Yeah, it's like... I swear to you. Despite the coffee, which does improve my hearing, I could hear his finger, like, do something. Like he put the pickup, or he did something in the first 20 seconds of this song that I have never been like distracted by before. The detail retrieval on these two headphones is actually distracting. Because you stop like listening to. I love this song. I love, as much as it's overplayed and overused, this live version of Hotel California is fantastic, and you should enjoy it on good quality audio equipment. But I've never been like, oh yeah, the bass is. This is the minimum amount of bass is the closeback 1000s. This is what these are bass light. I have to put that in like the description. They're bass light. These, I would say, are fine with their bass. Oh my god, the shaker now. It's actually giving me like weird, like my skin's almost crawling from the amount of detail that these are just bathing me with. Back to the Future soundtrack. We got that like super high pitch fucking, and then like this bass. These are the ones that most people should be buying. The 1000s. You'll save $200. These are, I'm gonna say 10% better at treble than these. Just they're more open, they're more spacious. The treble feels freer, but you're missing out on that. If you desire any sort of warmth, and keep in mind I am going also through here, so I could probably use an adapter and then switch to this. And I'll use the fanciest goddamn adapter on the planet Earth, DD Hi-Fi. The DD Hi-Fi needs to make a collab cable with me because it would be fucking sick. Now it's still. This makes me feel like a jazz asshole. These turn you into a jazz hole where you're just like, no, dancing on the street. I hate those people. I don't want to be those people. But yet these headphones are here and they turn me into it. I just want to listen to high quality jazz. Fuck, throw these things on the floor. It's one of those things that's like, I could get around it. I could just ignore it. I could give it an okay review where they're just like talking about like what they're. Once I say they're not for everybody, that should get your attention. I'm working with an audience of probably 10,000 people who will eventually see this video. And I need to make sure that the right people buy it and the wrong people don't. That's my job. My job is to figure out how to say the words that scare some people and give other people's massive audio erections. The fact that I'm saying jazz over and over and over and over again is a good indicator of who should be buying these. Even this relatively cheap tube hybrid is it just adds that perfect amount of just ooh to things. Just ooh has been added to it. It sounds like there's a miniaturized version of where the fuck is playing that. Is that a trumpet? Trumpet. Just like sitting in my ear, just screaming it. Doesn't even sound fake. 100% realistic. Why is it always the Monogatari soundtracks that sound so good? They just want me to get All right. You wanna shit your pants? Alan Taylor, Alan with another A. I don't understand that's his whole thing. His mom was a dick. Color of the Moon, because there's a U in it, and I'm an American, and we just spell color with C-O-L-O-R. C-O-L-O-R. Color. Not color. But it starts with, this song starts with this sound. And let me tell you, if you know this song, you have this song, and it comes on, and you're listening to a set of headphones that does in the treble region, that is annoying as fuck. It just sucks. This song is, and then it comes and it gets fine. It's a great song. But that like initial like triangle hit, and they must have had like a $20,000 microphone they just like waved in front of it. That's the best it's ever sounded. It's the best it's ever sounded. It's just, and that's just a close back. If I switch to the open back and I unplug this, and you know what? Fuck it. You don't know about my Colab amplifier yet, but it is. I should say, the people who like jazz, they're going to be able to buy my amplifier. It's going to be fucking wild, baby. It's not for you, baby. It's going to be fucking crazy. So let's raise this volume now. I think we're at like 28. Where else is everything plugged into? All right. Let's do that again. Oh, you could shatter teeth. I actually heard like the things in my ears go, what the fuck? This is skip ahead. Another sideshow. Yeah, these are headphones for audiophile assholes. I know you exist. I've met you. I've shook hands with you. Some of you are my patrons. I know you're out there. This is not, you don't have to worry about this headphone if you're one of those people who has like the picture of a Meze headphone on your wall. Like you got the poster, you can't afford it, you're working your first job, you're 20, you're in college. Don't fucking worry about $5,000 in Fostex headphones. Don't worry about it. You won't don't meet your heroes. You're going to be better off going with the older 900 series, something that is more normal tuning. Regular people can love the 900s and the 909s. 808s, 610s, 616s, I'm hoping that we get something in the 600s. Now that I've heard these, and I know that at least Fostex is focusing. Maybe it's not your thing. Maybe you don't want treble. Maybe you want a balanced headphone. Too fucking bad. There's a million other headphones. Go buy a ZMF. Go buy a fucking Venus. Zeos, link 3 or 4 headphones in the description that maybe people should buy instead of these that are like half the price. I mean, shit. For half the price of this, you can get the Peacock, which is the polar opposite of a planar of these. Get the tungstens. You want the all-around headphone that could do it all? Tungstens. That's why they're loved by everyone. But someone will buy these, and they'll put on this song, and the treble will beat tungsten. And that's all they need to be happy. So figure out what you need to be happy. If it happens to be like, if you're a person who's looking at like Abyss Dianas or those monstrously ugly 1266s, those have been the detail kings forever. Now, I don't have a set of 1266s here. I haven't heard them in years because I refuse to put those things in my head in case someone takes a photo. I have a reputation to uphold. I can't be seen wearing those. But those 1266s, all they are is detail retrieval. Giant Planar's detailretrieval.com. These look better, have more gentle presentation of sound, and are Japanese, and are half the price of the 1266. You're not going to get bass slam like those will give you. But again, what's part of the frequency response are we shopping for today? If you're watching this video, you are shopping for the upper half of the frequency response. You're shopping for Eris, you're shopping for the lower half of the frequency response. Middle range, I don't know. Fuck mid-range sound like. I cut that out of all my headphones. I just ice cream scoop it out, throw it away. Because I like soundstage. These. Someone watching this has them in their cart right this second. Haven't even finished the review yet. I know who you are. Your name is Alan. Alan Taylor with an A. Because you want to hear your own song on these. Because you know what? I bet Alan Taylor with an A has never heard that like sound as clear as I just did in his own song. That's one of those moments you realize, like, oh shit, yeah, there's just something special. I would push you all towards the close back. I mean, obviously, try to hear these wherever you can. Audio 46 has them, which is a place in New York. They're going to be at every Can Jam. There's one in Dallas coming up in November. The SoCal had them. Obviously, New York will have them. It's hard to listen to, like, the open back ones. These will be a little bit easier, but just a little bit easier. We're shuffling volume knobs right now. Try to get back to where we were. I think the second or third, after I burned these in, and obviously I broke them in because I break in every headphone just in case. think the second time I took them upstairs on a DAP. I don't remember which one. Probably the goddamn R8. No, wait, I'm lying to you. It was the R8. It wasn't upstairs. It was in my theater seat on the far left, because no one sits there, because there's only usually me and someone else. Went to the theater seat in the far left, in my basement. I told to turn off all my lights. I put my head back, and I just listened to music at a quiet volume. And I was using these, and I should have used these. Because it was just like, I felt it. I felt the audience. I became the audience with these headphones. I was sitting in my big leather theater seat, listening to $2,500 headphone on a $2,000 DAP that's only filled with extremely high resolution, clear music. And I was like, okay, I get it. I'm still going to create and sell Eris because fuck that lifestyle entirely, but I get it. These made me get it. I got it. Maybe you'll get it too. Love that I'm using that as a coaster. Apparently, anyone else have this thing? Because it's supposed to give out a 6 ohm load to the amplifier. And according to Leo from Orchard Audio, it gives out a 1 ohm load, which is bad. Bad. So I'm using it as a coaster. Links to these. Since Fostex sent them, I guess I got the link to every place that currently sells them. Check them out. Patreon and Subscribe Star support this channel, because just because I get these in the mail, unless I sell these to my patrons, or they don't ask for them back, which Fostex usually. AMS usually is like, oh, you can keep them, and we'll take $200 off the price. And I'm like, ooh, great. Nope, here you go. So these may not be here for very long. I'm going to try to integrate them into as many videos as I can. Again, because they're amp dependent, and if I could find, like, if it's not just hybrid tubes and Class A's, if I can get the raw one behind me, or maybe get another one of these, I want to try to find the magic. I guarantee you I have not heard the best these can sound. There's something out there, some real tube or tube hybrid or Class A or German amp. Oh my God, the Violectric 281 would have been fucking great with these. Fuck. Okay. Patreon, Subscribe Star, support this channel. See reviews early for $5 a month. Participate in yard sales for $5 a month. Hear losses sound demos. I am so far behind on sound demos. I am so sorry. I need to get the sound demos done for these before they ask for them back. So I will probably force myself to do sound demo stuff. I've just been busy. And then you also get a Q&A, where if you want to watch last month's answers to that Q&A, those are available for free. You don't even have to be a patron or subscriber. You can go see the videos. However, if you want to ask the questions for the next month, then you got to be a patron. And for $10 a month, a whole $10 for 30 fucking days, you can come into my patronage chat and ask me questions directly, along with everyone else who's there. And you get into a lifetime swap meet channel, which is a private swap meet for people to buy, sell, and trade gear. So yes, thank you, Fostex, for sending these out. I approve. Do I wish it was an all-rounder? Kind of. But do I completely disrespect it for being, like, focused on a certain area? I would disrespect it only if it failed. But it didn't fail. They do the best treble of anything. And it's like, it's weird, because I kind of want to take it and modify it. I want to wear these and then maybe put Eris over the back of it. That would be insane. Who would do such a thing? Anyway, I'm going to end this video right now and see if I could put Eris over the back of it. Burb. Clamp force is a little high, and I'm PUD now.